Hello everybody, the Destroyer here, and welcome back to the Third Age Total War Divide and Conquer submod version 0.51 Northern Dunedain campaign, and this is part 31. So, when we left off, we took Shadoon. We did a bunch of battles with Aragorn, really. That's really all we did. We just battled our way up with Aragorn, took Shadoon, and now we're taking Latash as well. We sacked Shadoon, of course. We got lots of money. Once again, it's a nice place to sack every once in a while, it turns out. Alright with that. Let's get an Arnorian Hall. And a great market like we were wanting to. What is this queued up? The blacksmith. Oh, nice. That'll be useful. Anything else I can queue up here? No, I'll just leave them on low tax rate. We can get a catapult maker. Might as well. I don't think that we have any other catapult maker places, so couldn't hurt. Prince Druiden can make a ballista maker or a library. We'll get a ballista maker. And we can get a fairground here. I'm not going to build anything in Shadoon until I'm sure I'm not going to lose it again. Kemeth Bryn, on the other hand. We're going to lumber camp at least. More of a Tarth seems safe enough, so I'll get a Dunedain encampment there. And land clearance here, because farms are always nice to have, and that will be all our money spent. And we are making a fair amount of money. And we'll get to more once we take Latash, which will be very soon. Alright. Enemy army routes against Aragorn the Brave, of course. Oh, we actually get some guys here. That's right, we're building more troops in Fenris Druiden because I know there's a huge army in the Mountain Orc town here. You see there, it's over a stack. Or a full stack, rather. You can only have a stack in the town. Alright, good. So, into battle once again. Nothing but battle, battle, battle. Which, quite frankly, I'm alright with.
Your orders, my lord.
After preparing for battle for so long with Torad,
Yes.
I don't mind doing some battles to make up for that. There's our diplomat. Of course, we are getting a second diplomat because we took Shadoon. That has enabled us to get a second one, and then we can use that to make peace with the Misty Mountains and focus completely and solely on Angmar. Which, I mean, we don't really need to do anymore, but I should probably do anyway. But at the same time, maybe I shouldn't, because I am so close to actually killing Angmar. Do I really want a peace treaty with the orcs? It's not a peace treaty, I guess, now that I think about it, it's a ceasefire. Or maybe they'll even pay me for it. I guess it's worth a shot. Who knows what the AI will do, you know? But Angmar is very close to falling. I think they only have Carndum and Latash, which is about to fall. Which was garrisoned by like 2 guys. They lost the battle against the dwarves. That is devastating. Seems the big force has pushed out. The king has fallen back. We must protect him. Well, he's definitely fallen back. We might actually be able to engage that army in the field there. And Gandalf in the fort. Cut them off from retreating back to the fortress of Carndum. And then maybe we'll be able to make some there. We don't want any Rangers Guild in Shadoon. Shadoon will never be able to make troops, really, so I don't think that does us any good. There's still a lot of guys here.
Have a taste of my blade.
But, yeah, let's
Yes, my lord.
push out.
Your orders, my lord.
So we have...
Taste of my blade.
I mean, it's not a friendly army, I will say that much. We're not a friendly
Yes,
bunch either.
Your orders, my lord.
Let's actually do Aragorn's battle first. Actually, no, we should do Aragorn second, just in case this one goes poorly. Then I'll have something to brighten my mood. Oh, dear. Okay.
To battle.
We push out. Night attack doesn't really help us.
Muster your courage, men. We march.
Of course, we
into
have
battle.
command for days. We're Gandalf, the damn mighty. Or whatever he is, brave. He has as much command as you could ever hope to have in Middle-earth, I'd imagine. Being Gandalf and all.
Await my orders.
Someday you'll be Gandalf the White, but not this day. Alright, let's set our men up here. Let's have a nice little setup we can have. I don't really want to set myself up behind a hill because it kind of hinders my archer fire. Set up over here. So we have lots of defensive line guys at least. So that's a plus. Unfortunately, they're not able to do what I want. Ah, fuck. I hate that so much. Alright. I guess we don't need to thin them out that much, do we? That. That's too thin. And they can go shield wall. No, they probably don't need to go shield wall. Shield wall actually decreases the range of which they can be useful. So, defensive stance?
Guard position.
I guess guard mode is the correct term. I call it defensive stance on anything. Same with Battlefield Middle 2, I do that all the time. Alright, we have some ranged, or some hunters that move around.
Keep out of sight.
We have bajillion generals we can set up. Seems to be alright. Excellent. Woodland hunters can't shoot quite as far. I'll leave them here-ish. About right here. Stretch that as far as possible, and these ones we can shoot pretty far, but we can put them back here. And that'll be good. Alright, let's move out. The men of the Dunedain will hold this day. Very cool indeed. I really do like this team. It's a very cool team. Definitely not easy. But hey, fun would it be if it was? Alright, Gandalf of course is in melee guy, so he'll be doing charges, while the other guy will be just shooting. Let's start shooting down these Witcher Marauders. This is the most dangerous things we have to fight here. Gandalf can charge the Scourge Raiders and quite a bit of damage here. Hopefully that rock doesn't get in the way. Maybe if we're able to phase through it. Go around it rather. Nice charge, Gandalf. Wow, that absolutely destroyed those Scourge Raiders. They're almost dead already. That was awesome. They went from like 41 to 5. That is insane. I am quite happy with that result. Just make sure they're shooting the right guys. Alright. Well, the Scourge Raiders are all dead. That's a plus. The hordes of orcs are making their way. A lot of them are Snoggas though. For Snoggas we don't have to worry about at all. The Wolf Rider shouldn't be able to do much of anything. Because of the other guys we have there. Lots of pikes. Let's reposition these. Get them a little closer to pull out Gandalf. Cavalry is going to be key here.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will
Gandalf is
be ours.
pretty good cavalry. We should do pretty well. As long as we stay away from the Witcher Marauders' giant hammers, I think we'll be fine. I don't mind charging these orc fellers, actually. Let's see how good of a charge we can get here.
The enemy general flees like a
That's
coward.
too
he is.
shabby.
Press onward and break the spirit of his army.
General flees. What is the general? The Warg Rider? Seems so. See if we can cut him off. If we can engage him with Gandalf, hit him from the front, we should be able to do pretty good damage there. Shooting them. Alright, we'll get a shock of morale lost in him. If we can pick off the general.
We've captured the
Got him.
enemy's general.
Thought he was going to get away for a second.
A cowardly dog to turn tail and run.
Nice. Alright, Orc Marauders, get a nice charge off of them. Seems our guys are doing like very strange charges. That was terrible. Alright, try again.
The battle is very much in our favor.
How is our battle
Victory
line?
will be ours.
The Dunedain Wardens hold. They hold strong and true. Look at them go. Alright, all of my archers, target these bastards and bring them down. Those are the most dangerous thing on the field at the moment. Gandalf is attempting to regroup here. I guess we can charge these. Make sure these don't get attacked. Are they out of arrows? Yep. They certainly are. Charge the orc fellers. That was an awful charge. They stopped. They don't
Only
want to fight orc
half the enemy
fellers.
force remains.
Alright, the battle line is still holding. Snogger Stalker should fight to the wardens pretty easily. Die to the wardens, rather.
And the serpent is Scudfire, wielder of the flame of Arnor.
Wielder of the flame. Infighting. Are they fighting amongst themselves? Is that what infighting is? I mean, that is what infighting is. But interesting feature. I do say. Nice. Alright, unless the goblin trackers will be killed off, Gandalf will finish off these stragglers. Make sure no one gets away. Very good. Very good indeed. Right. You guys take the Snog of Stalkers. Are the Witchmore Marauders dead? They are fleeing. Great news. Alright, let's get Gandalf to charge something else. Our archers will continue firing. I'm gonna make sure these specifically don't get away. Let's stop firing. And we'll turn them back on auto require. Maybe I'll just target these actually. Does that make the most sense? Maybe 3 of them can target this. Alright, there we go. Gandalf will finish off these goblin band here. Nice final charge. Oh shit, there's still some guys. Never mind. Let's go times 6. This battle's basically won at this point. There we go. They can clean them up. They're routed, so we'll finish them off.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
That went very well. I couldn't have been happier with that result. Get him. I think that's the last man who didn't make it off the field.
This is a clear victory.
43 to 501. Gandalf, you master. He is the man. Legend. Speaking of Gandalf, there's a thing in Gandalf right there. Can you give it to them, Frodo? Indeed he can, actually. It's called using a sword.
Honorable,
You can deal
glorious
death to
victory.
anybody. Alright, with that guard dead, we can attack this one, or we can stay where we're at in the fort. The choice is obvious. We must attack.
Yes, my lord.
Press the
Your
advantage.
orders, my lord.
But first, we do Aragorn's attack first, I think. Save game. Well, this part of the Northern Dunedain campaign is very exciting,
Yes,
I'm
my
gonna
lord.
say. Lots going
We
on.
shall engage.
First things
Yes.
first. Ooh, they got trolls. I did not realize all they had was trolls. I'm gonna siege this as long as possible. Oh dear. Maybe I should bring all the archers. I was not aware.
Your will, my
No one told me this.
orders. As you wish. We can
Alright,
go
join
no
up with Aragorn.
further
Hopefully they
today.
don't push out. That would be a disaster. We can actually upgrade this to a large city. Don't mind if I do. We'll go a little small tax rate as well. Of course, we'll hit our income a little bit, but that's alright.
Your
Now we
orders.
have a diplomat, so let's move him towards the Orcs of the Misty Mountains.
Stopping here.
Your will, my lord.
Very cool. Alright, you guys can hang out in Shadoon, I suppose.
March to Exalt.
Your orders, my lord.
Oh, God. I was like, oh, there's only 2 guys there. One of them's the general, one's the troll, so... it's not as great as I was thinking.
Orders.
Still, we'll make do. Head to the
By
fort.
your command, we'll make camp here.
Alright. We're still making a positive income. We reached our destination with our diplomat, which I forgot about, so that's good.
Our forces are well in.
Alright. We have lots of guys walking around our area. All trying to get somewhere. Busy
Splitting the
bees.
troops.
We might actually get to take Carn Dûm at some point. Soon. Very soon. I think the Doom Stack's already been dealt with. Unless the Doom Stack is guarding Carn Dûm from the inside. Oh, and the dwarves attacked them before us. They might actually kill them off. Are we gonna get dragged into this battle? You bastard. Wow, they look cool. Dwarven Orc Hunters. Look at how blue they are. They're like so... They're like a... Dol Amroth blue almost. Pretty good troops, too. 20 defense for these guys. Azagal's Tomb Protectors. Cool. Wait, what the hell? Telkaran plate? What the hell's Telkaran? And these guys have a total defense of 30. Look at their... Oh, they're insane. Alright, no wonder they're winning. Alright, we got a battle with the dwarves, I guess. I might let the dwarves do most of the work, though. Sounds reasonable to me. Let's do it. So I'll try and reposition my army towards the dwarves if I can. That'll be a good idea, and then I can provide archer cover for them, since they can't actually use archers. Or they can. Dwarves can use archers. There's very few. They have the scouts, I think, and something else maybe. This weather sucks. Fuck that noise. Alright. That'll do. Let's take a look at our ally here. I haven't really looked at the dwarves in battle here. They look super cool. Definitely the models and texturing and everything looks fantastic, as I would expect. From Divide and Conquer. They look incredible. Alright. Yeah, ready for battle. Where are we at? Are we coming in off the map? I think so, actually. So yeah, we'll be heading off the map here. Let's go times 6 so we can get to our allies' aid here. So I'll run. Dwarves might have them by themselves, but hey. Oh, shit. Ooh, that catapult shot, though. Look how many dwarves just died to that catapult shot. That is absolutely destructive. I'm actually going to watch this battle. This has been cool. Our men will make it here eventually, but for now, this will be pretty neat to watch. Dwarven Warhorn? That's really cool. I like it. Those catapults are absolutely wrecking the dwarves, though. Perhaps Gandalf can help with this. Wrong one. Our army is running, Gandalf. You need to run faster. Get there, and get there quick. The dwarves need aid. I think the dwarves in melee combat should be just fine. Any trouble there? It's just the catapult that's really going to give them trouble. Which Gandalf can deal with quite easily. Well, there's ballistas as well. I wonder. Right, Gandalf's on his way. We'll continue to take heavy casualties, though. Oh my god, they hurt. Not a good day to be a dwarf. That's really what you're supposed to do as the dwarves, is use these kind of things, like siege weapons and such, as your archers, really. Since you don't really have cavalry or archers that much, you really want to use them as your things. They get the grape shot ability, I think, as well. Alright, Gandalf has reached the line. That should put a halt to the firing of those. None of them are broken. I wouldn't expect the dwarves to break. Alright, the ballista is dead. Move on to the catapult. Should be easily taken apart by Gandalf. Where's the rest of our army?
Continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
We have arrived at our destination. Well, not really, actually. We're not that close. We're pretty close. Alright, good. I'll do 2 times for this
The
one.
enemy are badly
Let's
bloody.
get these guys before they get away.
They've lost half their men.
No one survives here. No one lives to tell the tale. Will they flee? They might actually reposition to start engaging. Looks like our guys are firing now. Some of these guys after the ballista. They can charge. Actually, they fire. What am I saying? Alright, the dwarves have pushed them back. I think Gandalf will go for a nice charge here. These guys can chase down some routing units or something. If I can click them correctly. There we go.
Behold how our
There we go.
cowardly foe runs.
Charge!
It's time to press the attack.
Times 6. We got some more battles to do here. There's the general dead. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Alright, what is left? Let's get Gandalf towards whatever's left. These guys are left. These guys still here. Get them. Get them, boys.
This
Yeah.
is a clear victory.
We lost no one. Dwarves lost 176. Not too shabby. They mainly lost most of their guys to catapult fire and ballista fire, which is fair enough. Those are not friendly. I think that is a screenshot from War of the Rings Conquest. Lord of the Rings Conquest, not War of the Rings. That was a not so great game for Xbox 360, if I'm honest. It was very short as well. Family member executed. Alright. Carndum stands alone, basically. That is great. Of course, no trolls or anything will be coming to the aid of Carndum from the other place, because they can't leave. So we have them sieged in. And now the archers have actually made it. Now I feel a lot better about Gandalf's siege here. They can hold for 7 more turns. We'll just sit there as long as we take.
Yes,
As long as we need here. Fine by me. I don't actually mind getting these guys, actually. I'll send the pikemen to Aragorn.
By your command.
And I'll send the Woodland Hunters to Shadun to keep
As you wish.
keep the town under control. Since no one is actually in here. Trying to open it there. There we go. Alright, alright, alright. Good. Things are going quite well now.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely looking up. Did those men make it to their destination? Not quite yet. Still got men heading to Fornos to be retrained, of course. Their numbers have dwindled down to almost nothing. They do have experience. Ooh, an army of very upgraded men have moved out. Head up towards the forts. How's our economy? Still strong. So having these late game troops is no big deal for us. We can even retrain these and build something else somewhere. We spent our great market money. Let's save. Whoops. I wasn't aware. I thought it already started building.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, what is in Carndum? Probably nothing friendly. If the dwarves want to siege first, I'll join in, but if they don't, then no. I don't mind not taking Carndum myself. I don't think Gandalf has the ability. The army, rather.
Yes, my lord.
So we'll just hang out in here for a turn. Give us free upkeep. For at least 4 of our guys. Which of course will in turn make us more money. And then our diplomat is heading towards the orcs of the Misty Mountains. See, at this point, do we even want peace with the orcs of the Misty Mountains? That's my thing. I did, until I realized we were winning the war. And about to actually completely win the war. And then, really, what is the point of a ceasefire? I don't know. Can't say for sure. Because I'm going to have to immediately turn my attention towards them. Or I'm just going to have to go attack Dunland. But I don't really want to do that. Other clans of Enwythe. Don't really want to do that either. Not yet. Hostilities cease between Vale of Dorinion and Shadow of Mordor. Interesting. Retraining complete. For Dunedain Cavalry. Now they're back up. That's what didn't take long at all. Back up to 31 and they're elite. That's great. Let's move them back out. Actually, we can leave them there. Or we can move them out. And actually build something else here.
Make camp here.
For free upkeep. Arthurian Royal Guard. I want some of those. I don't have any of those yet. But unfortunately, it's 23 turns before they actually come. And become available to me there. Same here. Unfortunate. Alright, fair enough. Once this is done, we'll have 4 free upkeep units. Which will be great. We have a couple of guys sitting around here that don't need to be here. Send them towards the north.
March to exhaustion, continuing later.
I guess, did we start building the market yet? Yes. So I can spend my money. Let's take a look at buildings we can build. We've pretty much built most of them. That are useful, at least. I don't think we're going to lose Shadun anymore, so I guess we'll go for a fairground or a market. I'll get a muster ground just to see what happens. Maybe a library first. We'll continue sieging Latash. Keep our army moving north and such. We'll see what the dwarves do, though. That's really what I'm waiting on for Gandalf. And, of course, the extra troops coming north. I could also send an army to actually support Aragorn in that fight, but it's just a troll, really. Aragorn should be able to bring down the troll by himself, in theory. If he uses skirmish mode correctly. He'd probably run out of arrows before they died. They all died though, I'd imagine. But of course we have the rest of our army to bring it down, so if you consider that, then I think we'll be just fine. Alright, the dwarves are getting ready. I will prepare to assist. We'll at least get to battle, or hopefully help in the siege of Carn. I wouldn't mind seeing the Carn battle map. I don't think I've seen it yet. I tried to attack it once, of course, as you saw, and I failed. I was trying to besiege, which of course is probably the capital of a rune. Assume someone's doing well. Ah, I forgot about my diplomats! Son of a bitch. Okay. Well, that sucks. That could have been extra free money I could have had. Well, where is he?
My lord.
Which one is this? That's the wrong one.
Yes, my lord.
Okay. We were there, I just forgot.
What is it you wish to discuss?
Oh well, we'll do some diplomacy anyway. Alliance, and we want map information. And of course trade rights.
How could we refuse such a generous offer? You have further
Will you buy our
proposals?
map
Please,
information
let us
for 1,000? They might not have the money.
hear. No, we cannot agree to this.
I don't think they have the money. Alright, fair enough.
An
I
honor
don't need to
and
give
a
you my
pleasure.
information anyway.
Farewell.
Alliance announced, relations approved with Dale. I mean, since we're near Dale, we might as well talk to the dwarves, huh? Did we already talk to the dwarves? I'm not so sure, you know. Dwarven, huge city. Dwarves took Dale? Curious.
Yes.
And no, I don't think we have. I don't see their stuff on the map. Path blocked, you bastards.
Impossible.
I hate how
Only I
diplomats and
could.
such get their path
I
blocked.
shall
It's pretty
continue
irritating.
tomorrow.
Like, oh, well, that's nice. Alright, fair enough.
My lord.
So let's
Your
move
order.
out.
Yes, my lord.
How are they doing?
Troops by your order.
They're not quite attacking yet, so we're not going to engage.
Yes. Will, my lord.
Let's get everyone up here. I guess these guys can hold out in the fort, since they can't quite move all the way.
My lord. As you
Seems
wish.
reasonable enough. These guys are all making their way up.
Yes.
When they make their way up,
March
that'll
to
be good.
exhaustion, orders.
Powerful men. Well trained and well equipped to deal with the threat of the north. I could have spent my money, but I did not. Oh well. Easily rectified next turn, of course.
Merging armies, my lord.
Alright, there's Dolbryn. We can make diplomacy. I don't know if I want to yet. Even if they would pay for it, I don't really want to. I'd immediately just break my truce, so... I'd be very dishonorable. There's no honor in this, my lord. As somebody would say. One of the NPCs or whatever says when you do something. If only Amladris would help. They don't do anything. I mean, maybe I can send my diplomat to bribe them to attack Orcs in Misty Mountains? The main force of Carn is pushed out. And attacking Gandalf. That's bad. We should be able to retreat though, I hope. Hopefully the dwarves will aid us. At least we get to see the full force of Angmar. There are no trolls in there, but there is a catapult. Of course, Gandalf can deal with catapults pretty well, as we saw. I'm not going to fight this battle
Rally
though.
to me, men. We must regroup.
Is he still engaged? Son of a bitch. I really was hoping that wouldn't happen. If I auto-resolve, so much is going to die. But at the same time, I'm going to be completely overwhelmed if I fight this battle. Piss. Oh shit, there's a catapult in that one or two. I'm about to auto-resolve, aren't I? Fuck. No. I'm sorry, men. Huh. Well, we lost a few. Most of our generals are still alive, though.
Making camp here.
The dwarves are going to have to deal with that. We're going to have to go back and retrain unfortunately. I got too far ahead.
Yes, my lord.
Son of a bitch. Guild available. Swordmaster's Guild in Kameth Bryn. Where's that? Is that this place? Sure. Alright, I got a lot of money. I'm gonna need to replace the majority of my men I just lost here. We can retrain these. Can we build anything good? These are good. I mean, one of the hunters are so easy to buy, but they're so crap. I mean, they're not crap, but definitely not ideal. I'd still rather have them over Cardinal hunters. What's the range on those? Range 170, accuracy average. These have 170, accuracy high. So Woodland Hunters are better than Cardinal Archers, which is strange to me. Should be the other way around. Cardinal just looks so cool, but they're so crappy. It's too bad. I think that should be the other way around, personally. Make the Cardinal men more cool, more useful. I think that would be pretty neat. Ah, Ballista. That could be useful. And I'll queue that up to head north. That'll be good. Alright, we're continuing to build an army here. Seems we have a general.
Your orders,
Melbourne. You're probably gonna have to head north, sir.
We shall continue tomorrow.
He's got Dunedain bodyguard. This is his thing there, his regiment.
Yes, my lord.
Oh yeah, there was some
Your orders,
what's it
my
called?
lord.
Mercenaries in the area. I'm tired of these. There we go, we got some Sons of the Fallen. Feel a little better about that.
Your will, my lord.
Well, I mean, obviously that wasn't ideal.
My lord.
But the dwarves are still here.
Glory to both our people.
Mr. Narfi, the factionaire, and the faction leader. Oh god, if they lose that, they could actually lose. You gotta be careful when you fight with your all your leaders there. Yay. 4 more turns, that place is still being sieged.
Yes, my lord.
The force there should hold quite easily. Alright. Anywhere else I can build men? Oh yes indeed. Queue up some of these bad boys. Oh yeah, there we go. Happy with that. Perhaps I should have fought that battle on the map with Gandalf, but what are you gonna do, right? I didn't feel confident enough to fight that battle. I figured a lot more men would survive if I did not, so oh well. I suppose you could run from battle once you're in a battle. Dwarves are actually attacking Dale. What is this? Oh, that's right. Dwarves went to war with Dale. I forgot about that. Seems Dale is having a time actually fending them off. And the dwarves defeated them. Oh, now's the time to strike at Karn Doom. I think we can weasel our way in there next turn. Now that their forces are dwindled immensely. What does it look like? Oh, okay, it's still pretty high up there, actually. I got my hopes up. We will be ready to move out with the dwarves, though. For certain. Let's keep our scouts out here just so we can see.
As you wish.
I want to see Karn Doom. Obviously, I can't see in Karn Doom, but I'll be able to see what the dwarves do, at least. Alright, Tash will hold for 3 more turns. Hopefully they just surrender and I don't actually have to fight the battle. That'd be great.
We can go no further today.
Wouldn't mind not having to bring down trolls, if you know what I mean. Crop rotation, sure. This place is still building stuff. I could bump up my tax rates. Population's still pretty low though, so I'm just gonna leave it. I don't need the money per se. Population is low in all my places. Turduin actually has one of the higher populations. Or no, my Fennis Druid has a huge population. Almost 10,000 people in comparison to other places. So taxing this place, probably the best. Although, not too much of a difference really. Freaking screw it, I'll get a library there. Let's get libraries and stuff. Well, in the turn, okay, next turn I'll have to end the video. I'd imagine next turn will be the Siege of Karn Doom. Or possibly the attack of the top right place, whatever it was called. If the troll and the general push out. It is possible they won't even try to push out and they will just end up surrendering. that would be ideal. I think that's how it works, right? If the timer goes all the way down, they just surrender without a battle? Or do they absolutely get just forced out? I can't remember. Guess I'll find out, won't I? Yeah, Ballista's moving north, that'll be good. It'd be good to have some sort of siege weapon. Latash, that's the place. This is indeed the place.
Bless you, noble ally. 'Tis an honor.
Grain is not going in yet, so that's fine.
Will, my lord. We'll make camp.
Well, we may have lost some men, but I mean, we've pretty much bolstered our ranks back up there, especially with the Sons of the Fallen. We're getting free upkeep right now. Staying in this fort is definitely helping me with my my upkeep here. Alright, so I'll spend my money and then I'll end the video. Queue up a mine, an Arnorian Hall. Wouldn't mind an Arnorian Hall actually. Or a mine with a school, culture, smoking house, improved food production. I mean, that's probably useful, huh? Those are generally the things you want to go for first, honestly, but yes. Fornos can make catapults, that's good. I'd be alright with that. I can queue up a bunch of buildings, actually. I don't actually have that many buildings left to build, if I'm honest, so it doesn't really hurt to queue up a few. I guess we'll just queue them all up. And then, they'll do their thing when they're ready. Of course, not this place. It has a lot of buildings left. A Royal Arnorian Hall. 5 free upkeep units. Recruitment slots 6. Wow. Well, that's pretty nice. Also pretty expensive. I won't queue up that. But yeah. There you go. That's been part 31 of the Northern Dunedain campaign. Pretty sweet. We've made a hell of a lot of progress against Angmar. And I think their days are numbered next time. Especially since the dwarves are actually helping. The dwarves are carrying us through this. Our Loon faction leader is doing his job. Alright, there you go. So that's been that, and I'll see you guys next time.